through your whole life, all right? I've been on a road trip with God almost pretty much my whole life, since 5 years old. I can here to tell you tonight, this whole time in my life, all these years, God has always been faithful to me. Doesn't mean that things have been easy. Doesn't mean I've had really tragedies and hardships in my life, but He's always been faithful. He will always take you to better places. And your devotions, I hope you saw that. There's little life issues, things in your devotions this week. Each one talks about places that God wants to take you. Whether it's dealing with your family, your friends, whatever it might be. And in our sessions here together, though, we're going towards one thing tonight. I believe probably one of the most important things in your walk with God is this perspective of how you care about people. Okay? God wants you to take you to a better place where you learn to care about people. And why is that? Because when you care about people, you connect with the heart of God. And when you connect with the heart of God, then you can make changes in this world. Things can take place. When you hear 25,000 children die every day, yes, you can do something about that. You may not be able to wipe out the 25,000 by yourself, but you can sit there and you can start working your way and have a part in making those changes that can take place. But it takes connecting with the heart of Jesus to make real changes. But before you can really care about people, though, you need to understand how God feels about you. So the place He took you a better place on Monday night, hopefully, was that you saw yourself as God sees you. You see yourself as God sees you and how He absolutely loves you. And if you really don't believe how much He loves you, it's very difficult for you to be able to give your life away to help other people. And then on that beautiful night, on Tuesday night, we were able to go out and in astronomy and look into the sky and just see what God is like. See how absolutely huge and how powerful in His imagination. Because it's also being able to know what He's like is going to help you to find the freedom to care about people. And then last night, having that personal relationship with Him. Being able to sit and listen and hear Him speak to you in a personal way and be able to live inside of you is a huge thing, being able to care about people. You see, there's a lot of people who don't know Jesus. There's a lot of people who are Christians that care about people as well. But a lot of times they're doing that ultimately to make them feel better. And they're doing it with their own resources, maybe their own money. Maybe a Hollywood actor goes out and does some really great things, and they're using their own money to do it, their own influence to do it, but it only goes so far because the average person can't change the world. Only Jesus could change the world. So if you don't connect with Him, then it really isn't bringing about change. And let me just say, there's a lot of pain in this world. So tonight we need to be able to connect and learn what it means to care about people, and that's what we're going to talk about. I have another bird I'm going to bring out here in a few minutes. This is a crazy looking bird. There's a bird that looks like it has a skull on his head. It looks like a skull with this horn that goes on top of his head, with these red flapper things that come on the side of his face. And when you see this bird, you go, dude, that thing is ugly, man. And tonight I want to talk about how ugly this bird is, but not necessarily how ugly he is on the outside, because he's pretty ugly. I want to talk about how ugly he is on the inside. And I don't mean his guts, those are kind of gross too. But his inside, his character of this bird. Now tonight, when we talk about this, though, I want us to kind of understand that how we treat people. And how God would want us to treat people and how it changes us when we treat people correctly. In fact, there's a part of your body right now. Between the grades of 6th, 7th, and 8th, and 9th grade, there's a certain part of your body that's going to get you in more trouble than any other time of your life. One part of your body is going to get you in more trouble. When you get in 10th grade, it'll still get you in trouble, but not as much. 11th grade, 12th grade, not as much. In college, it'll get you into trouble at times. But not nearly as much as the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Anybody know what body part that is? What do you think it is? Your mouth, and more specifically, your brain, your tongue, all right? Your tongue is going to get you in more trouble. And I don't mean it's going around licking people, all right? That might get you in trouble. Your school may not like that, okay? Your principal might have a problem with that if you aren't licking people. But really, it's what you say. You see, you'll say things in your 6th, 7th, and 8th grade and 9th grade. You'll say things that you never will say any other time in your life, at least not as much. And you're going to say things to your friends, your family, your mom, and you're going to say your mom, you're so mad at her or something, and maybe you've already done this before, you go, I hate you! And you say this hate, and you go, whoa, did that just come out of my mouth? And your mom goes, what? She can't even believe you said it. You can't even believe you say it. And you say these things to each other. We just kind of cut each other down and we say these rips because a lot of it is you don't even know what to say to somebody and you're kind of stuck. And so the first thing that comes out of your mouth is like this cut down. And during this time of your life, 6th, 7th, and 8th, and 9th grade, you will probably cut each other down more than any other time of your life. In fact, the Bible talks about the tongue in James, the book of James. James was Jesus' brother, his half-brother. So he knew Jesus real well, and he writes this passage in the Bible, and he talks about your tongue. He says, your tongue is like a wildfire sometimes. Sometimes you say things, and you're out of control of what you're saying, and it can just destroy, just like a wildfire can. And he says your tongue is also like a rudder in a ship. He says how a rudder can change the course of a ship because that's what turns the ship to the left or the right. He says your tongue is just like a rudder on a ship. It can change the course of somebody's life. And that means that your tongue can actually help somebody in a good way, change somebody's life, but it can also change the course of somebody's life in a negative way. Somebody can walk up to a person, I've heard this story many times from people, somebody walks up to them when they're younger, they go, you are such a stinking loser. You're the worst person I've ever met. And this person begins to believe it inside, and it changes the course of their life. Now, let me just do a little experiment here to show you what I'm talking about. All right? A little experiment, little laboratory right here. I'm going to have you say something to the person sitting next to you. All right? And then I want you to get quiet. All right? And then we're going to have you say something else. All right? You got that? All right, so you got the person sitting next to you? I want you to look at the person sitting next to you, and I want you to look him right up and go, you are a loser. All right, that's enough. There we go. All right, calm down. Now look up here. Look up here. All right, look right here. You got your loser out. Okay, got that? Now, look right here. I want you to look at that same people you just called a loser. I want you to look at them and go, you are a scuzzhead. All right, you're quiet. All right, here we go, back up here. Now, the person you called the loser, I want you to go back to that person. I want you to look at him and go, you are a winner. All right, up here. Right here. Look up here. The person that you call the scuzzhead, I want you to look at that person right now. The person you call a scuzzhead, I want you to look at that person right in the eyes this time. I don't want you to look anywhere else. In their eyes, you can do a couple people, look at them and go, you are one of the neatest people I know. All right, up here. Now, here's the laboratory, all right? Here's the experiment. Of everything we said, which one was the easiest? Loser. Okay, loser. All right, look up here. For most of us in here, not for everybody, but for most of us in here, the easiest thing for you to say to somebody was a loser. You can hear this place pretty well. You look at somebody and go, you're a loser! Loser, loser! You're a loser! I go, okay, everybody get quiet now. Everybody get quiet. Loser, 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 loser. Coming out. And then the scuzzhead was also pretty loud. You're going, you're a scuzzhead. I don't know what that is, but you're one of those things. Because you're a scuzzhead. All right, you're quiet now. Scuzzhead, scuzzhead, scuzzhead. Now, it wasn't as easy for most of you here to say the winner part. And it wasn't quite as loud. You can hear the room, this area, a little bit different. You can hear a little different. When I said tell a person they're a winner, most of you in here, you went, oh, you're a winner. Awkward moment. I don't know what to do right now. Okay? Saying the winner wasn't as easy. Now the last one is I had you look in somebody's eyes. Had you look at somebody's eyes and look at them and tell them they're one of the neatest people you know. And most of you in here did that, but you know, from here I can watch this. Some of you couldn't do it. Some of you couldn't do it. Some of you looked at somebody's eyes, you looked straight at them, and you go, you are one of the loserous people I know. You're a loser. Couldn't get those words out. Now look right here. Here we go. Here's the thing. It's so much easier to cut somebody down and to lift them up and make them feel better about themselves. It's so easy to say these negative things that just come right out of our mouth. It's so easy to do it, and yet at the same time, to say something good to somebody is probably one of the most difficult things to do. And the sad part is, look right here, is that's completely opposite of what Jesus calls us to do. Completely opposite. And we laugh at ourselves, and sometimes we're just joking around, you know, and we laugh, but it is the opposite of that. Now, guys and girls, they always cut each other down differently, all right? This is how guys and girls cut each other down. They do it very different. Girls, when they're cutting each other's self down, and I always tell the girls at camp, and they always go, no, we don't do that. And like 5 minutes after I talk about it, they're out doing this. So girls, don't cut yourself, right? Girls get in huddles when they cut each other down. They get shoulder to shoulder, and they start talking about some of the girl. And they get this face contorted. They get this shoulders with the, oh, did you see what she was doing? I know, I can't believe that. And then this little circle like little chickens clucking back and forth and just cutting down.